Welcome, my chingus, to episode 63 of This Week in K-Pop. In this episode, we will talk about 4minute, Eddy Kim, Gfriend, Hanhae, Infinite H, McKay and Jeff Bernat, and more. My name is Steven.
I'm Josh.
It's been a long time.
Long, much too long.
Yes. But we are here looking bloated.
Yeah, I feel bloated too.
My life is bloated.
Our life is bloatation. We are bloatation devices.
We are... Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'll give you props for that.
Oh, thank you. I thought up on the spot.
Yeah. Oh, you mean we don't script everything?
We don't know. We have this little... we have this little document that's like, we're talking about these songs.
Yeah, and I was trying to look at the document, but also look at the camera because we're practicing on looking at the camera, and that's why I said J. Bernat. But it's actually
you
Jeff.
said J. It's and it's probably like Bernat or Bernat.
Well, fuck weird names. I'm sorry. What did I say? Bernat?
Yeah, you said Bernat. I was like, that's not even close, Chingu.
You're right. It's probably Bernat.
Yeah, right?
Well, I'm sorry, Jeff Bernat.
Usually it's the Korean name since not the...
It's not the French name? Is that French?
I think he's Filipino, actually.
Who colonized the Philippines originally?
Spanish, I think.
So is it a Spanish name?
Shouldn't be.
Well, Bernat is not Filipino.
Definitely. Actually, sometimes you'd be really, really surprised if Filipino names. Filipino names are really, really unique.
Huh.
But anyways, what are we doing
The more you learn, the more you learn.
What are we doing here, Steven? What
do we do? This Week in K-Pop is a discussion podcast that covers the last 2 weeks, or sometimes 3 or 4 weeks of K-pop music video releases. In each episode, Josh and I will pick our favorite song since the last episode.
Yeah.
It's been about 3 weeks. We want to apologize if you don't follow us on Twitter, like at This Week in K-Pop. You might be like, where's the episode and why is it not coming out?
Why are these chingus always late?
Why are they always late? So usually it's kind of a mix of reasons, but this time we were supposed to record and I just done fucked up. It was like winter break and I was going to sleep at just insane hours because I stayed up all night playing video games.
Don't tell them that, Steven. Make up some good reason. Like you were doing.
I was helping
like K-drama
homeless people.
K-drama sins, is that what it's called? K-drama?
It's called K-drama laws. You don't even know.
Laws? I'm sorry.
You don't even know.
I don't handle that. Steven handles all that.
I don't do it. I didn't do any of that. I was on break during winter break. But yeah, so I screwed up, and so we just missed the timing. Josh was busy. And then we were going to record this set last Sunday. Yeah. It's a Tuesday right now, and you were sick.
Yep, I was.
So we couldn't do it.
Yep.
And yesterday I had to actually work all night to finish that K-Drama Laws episode.
Fantastico.
Which, by the way, if you go to Drama Fever on Wednesday, American time, sometime on that day.
Wednesdays in America. PST maybe? I don't know.
I think it's centered in Eastern time, but
maybe,
I actually don't know. It gets uploaded when I'm asleep here in Korea.
That's all we know.
It'll be the first episode of season 2 of K-Drama Laws. It's airs. It's going to be about airs. So if you like airs or you hate airs, you probably hate airs, but you should check out the K-Drama Laws for that.
You don't know that, Steven. Some people actually liked airs.
I've not met a single person who's ever liked it. Now, I know a lot of people that love Park Shin-hye and they love Lee Min-ho and they love Creepy Eye Guy.
I love all 3 of those, and I didn't like airs.
Yeah, but I don't know many people that actually really like airs as an actual thing. But
as a whole.
Yeah, as a whole, but they liked very K-poppy where they like the pieces, and so they're forever they will say that
they have to like
the whole thing. But yeah, so that's why we didn't record. I am going to promise.
Don't
we
promise.
will record.
Stop making promises
on a Sunday. It's in 1.5 weeks. We're going to do it.
1.5 weeks?
1.5 weeks.
All right.
Because we fucked up this last Sunday.
All right, then.
Yeah, it's kind of January is usually a very big month. Yeah. Usually there's a lot of kind of really big releases, but actually in the last 3 or 4 weeks, there weren't that many big releases.
Yeah, I feel like there were a lot of debuts actually in the past month.
Yeah,
actually.
there were a lot of debuts or I guess comebacks. I think in the last episode you were like, "There's so many debuts," and I'm like, "They're not new. But these are smaller groups that there's a lot of solo kind of things or
that's what I also mean by that also. Just like some people going solo.
Just calling everything comebacks. I mean, debuts. Is that
it's just like you just call everything and come back, right?
That's true. You call everything a title song, you know, like like all K-pop does. But anyway, so we have like the return of Lightning Round. It's been actually a long time since we did Lightning Round.
Yeah, I think we haven't done it for the past 2 times.
Yeah, it's probably been like 2 or 3 months since before December. So look forward to that. But let's start with Josh's favorite song of the last 3-ish weeks.
Yeah, 3 and maybe half weeks.
Yeah.
So my favorite song since our last podcast, we'll say it that way, is McKay and Bernat with "Angel to Me."
Could be J. Bernat, but it's probably not.
Yeah. J. Bernat.
But yeah, with Angel.
Angle to me.
Angle to me? Oh.
But anyways, if you guys are a longtime listener of our podcast, you should kind of know the kind of style of K-pop or the style of Korean music that Steve and I enjoy. And this is very, very much up my alley. Mm-hmm. I really, really like Bernat. Jeff.
Bernat.
He was a YouTube star in America. And I actually like a lot of YouTube stars. And I knew of him before I came to Korea. And when I came to Korea, I pleasantly surprised that Korean people love him for some reason. And they invited him to do a duo with this guy that I also don't know.
Yeah, I think McKay was part of, K-Pop Star 2's band. I think they're called the Raccoon Boys, I think.
Raccoon Boys, that's what it is, yeah.
Which I actually don't really know anything about. I didn't know Jeff Bernat was a YouTube star, but I guess he is.
But if you go to like cafes in Korea, his music is like everywhere, or at least it was for a long while.
So he makes original music. He's not like a cover.
He does cover things, but
he's done original stuff.
Yeah, a lot of his original stuff gets a lot of.
He's the guy not playing the guitar, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the guy not playing the guitar.
Wearing the fedora.
Wearing the bowler hat, fedora.
Indiana Jones hat?
Indiana Jones hat. He's wearing an Indiana Jones hat.
Okay.
But the reason why I love this song so much.
Because of the hat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a really good bass line in it. And I really love good bass. And it's kind of soulful. And what really, really sold me on this song is when they meld their voices together, when they sing at the same time. Mm-hmm. It just sounds
like this is a real duet, right?
Yeah,
this isn't like
so great.
Yeah. No, I would agree. I did really enjoy the song. I like how they switch between Korean, they switch and English, and it actually it's not crazy jarring. Like Jeff Bernat, of course, I would assume. Although we did have this weird talk about Eddy Kim not actually being from America, but I assume Jeff Bernat is American.
Yeah, he's American.
Or sorry, Western. He could be Canadian for all I know. McKay probably not, but his English seemed pretty damn good. So maybe he is. I don't know. It was so weird. Maybe we've been living in Korea too long when it's like you have really good English. That's weird.
Yeah, I guess so.
But
so racist of us.
Well, you're from California, so it's I think it's a little bit different. But if I ever meet an Asian person over the age of, let's say, like 40, like someone's mom or someone's uncle, and they can speak perfect English, it freaks me the fuck out. Like, it's so weird to me, because like that just doesn't happen in Texas, because we're usually first generation up here. But in California, I know there's a lot of second and third and fourth generation Asian families. So like when I see like a grandfather and he's like speaking, like a California teenager, it just freaks me out. It's weird. That's a weird tangent.
Actually, a lot of the older Asian people I know, like they actually are immigrants. So I actually don't know very many first or second
like generation
older people. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I was because like when I'd go to California and hang out with like family friends, and it'll be like a family party and all these adults are there, and it's like, you guys should all have thick, weird Chinese accents, but half of you don't, and it's really strange.
But back to the music.
So at first I was like, whoa, like that's actually pretty cool. Like it's so smooth. And the song is really smooth. It's a very, I don't find it a particularly like amazing, song, but it's a really good song. It's very effective at what it means.
Excuse me.
And the music video, I mean, is just kind of one of those practice, it's behind the scenes.
It's quite boring, the music video. Yeah. But you should really definitely check this out.
Yeah, definitely.
If your music tastes kind of align more with mine, you should definitely check it out because this video has like less than 100,000 views.
Actually, much more than I would have thought. So I guess it makes more sense that Jeff Bernat is a YouTube star now because I was like random dudes I've never really heard about. Yeah, singing like that's not bad. But yeah, you should check it out. McKay and Jeff Jeff Bernat Bernat. In case you search for Bernat.
In case you don't know, now you know.
Yeah. All right, moving on to probably the biggest release and the most controversial release.
Maybe.
Which is 4minute.
4minute.
With their song Crazy. Now, we just recorded a reaction to this song yesterday.
That's right.
So, since that reaction, I did listen to it a couple more times. I did listen to it, full volume. And my view on this actually is a little... I think the reaction had an issue where I think we were a little harsher, or at least I thought we were a little too harsher than we really meant.
Probably.
Or it sounded harsher than what we really meant. Like, I don't mind the song. I don't think it's that great of a song. I think this is one of those songs where like everyone's like, this is my fucking jam. This is so cool and interesting. And then a month from now, they just will never listen to the song again. I really believe that. I think I think we talked about it in a podcast before, which is that as the K-pop songs are using more kind of Western beats, like
Western influence,
like not 90s rap kind of beats, but actually like kind of like trap music or like more
EDM or,
EDM. I'm saying those things, but I don't really know what they are. But like those kind of electronic things that had been popular in America for the last 3 or 4 years, like it's like I can really tell how not good they are compared to those American equivalents. Like a lot of people are like, oh my god, the drop in this is so great, like the chorus, it's like so and I'm like, it sounds really overproduced. There's like the best kind of like turn down for what's that I can think of, they're so simple. It's just like there's this bass beat, there's
so like heavy drop,
but like the background noise, they're so like minimalistic, and it's like but like this is very 4minute at times where it just has this like layer on layer on layer of just too much noise at times. But again, as a whole, I didn't really mind it that much. Like I would probably listen to it again. I mean, I would still take Red over this any day. It really does seem like a song that should have been a song on Hyona's album. Like I think it would actually match pretty well with Red. Especially, this is a big departure for 4minute, when I really think about it. Because, of course, the last 4 songs have all been Brave Sound joints.
That's true.
But one thing I didn't mention that I thought was great was, like, I really thought they've been doing a really good job of not being Hyuna and 4 other girls.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like, they did a really good job of featuring all the other members in this song, especially with the bucket hats with their actual names on it. Yeah. Which... actually they only show for like a little bit, and then it's like, okay, who are you guys again? But I talked a lot, so what do you think since the
since our initial reaction? Nothing really too much has changed, except for the fact that I appreciate some more of the details more, but a song as the whole, I find it just kind of like you, a little bit too the chorus is a little bit too noisy. It's not, if it was a little bit more simple, I think it would be a lot more catchy.
The backing track, right?
Just the backing track itself. I do have to comment what you just said, that each member has their own distinct part, and I thought that was great because a lot of 4minute fans kind of have that that problem. They love Hyuna, but she gets a lot of FaceTime, and it kind of just seems like 4 Hyuna or Hyuna plus 4, right? But in this one, like if you watch it, like each member has their own like dance sequence, or each member has their own like solo sequence, and I thought that was fantastic. And all in all, this is kind of very, very I guess you could say mature for 4minute. It's definitely different from what their usual releases are like.
Yeah.
It's not bad. So my main qualm with like Korea copying Western influences is I kind of look at it like when even in like the Western music where they sample older songs, and a lot of people would have qualms with that, like why would you sample old songs? You're just like copying them. I will respect a song that samples an old song, but when they sample it, it just becomes something new, right? They have like their own flip on it or their own flavor on it that it becomes like.
So you don't mean like Anaconda,
yeah,
which is like a straight up,
yeah. That's like a bad cover usage or bad sample usage. Like what I'm thinking about is, like if Korea were to copy Western influences, I'd be totally fine. But Korea's kind of in that stage of like, well, what do we do with this? Like Korea doesn't have their own flavor. Or if they kind of add, the flavor that they're adding, it is just being kind of like overpowered by the Western influence in my mind. Like just with the whole like kind of Korean hip hop scene nowadays, it's just not authentic, and it's just nothing new. So it's kind of like, I think that's why I have problems with Korean hip hop nowadays, because it's more of like just the bravado of hip hop.
Do you mean like real hip hop, or do you mean the like like I don't want to say BTS. I'm always saying BTS, but like the idol hip hop, like the Bobbies and the even like GDs or whatever.
I mean even like or
the
like guys that we like Sonny and
Sonny and
yeah,
or Crusher.
Yeah, and Crusher them. Like I like the music they're putting out, but it's nothing very.
It's like they're still kind of aping.
Yeah, they're still
experimenting
with it. Yeah,
early 2000s kind of hip hop stuff.
They're still borrowing more than they're creating, I feel like.
I mean, I totally like agree for the most part that K-pop is 5 to 10 years behind the Western market. Like that's like when idol groups got gigantic in Korea, America and the Western market had already moved on to hip hop. And now finally Korea has arrived at hip hop. So I think one problem that I have sometimes when I see this is like a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, this is so crazy, like 4minute, like this is so revolutionary." Like, and I'm like, but it's not like even compared to K-pop, like YG has been kind of doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
Like when you think back to One of a Kind, GD, which this music video is very reminiscent of, and the outfits are very reminiscent of.
Actually, yeah, a little bit.
I think we got a YouTube comment that was like, someone said like half the scenes are almost like framed exactly like One of a Kind. I don't know, but like even GD has kind of moved on from this style, to like Good Boy style, which is just, I'm just gonna put shit on my face and it's gonna be crazy colors, This kind of hip hop look we mentioned in the review is generic to the point of like Uggs in America, like brown boots and jeans. Like when people see that in America, like if fucking Taylor Swift came out and her outfit was that, everyone in America would be like boring.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what this outfit is. But I think to a Western audience that doesn't live in Korea, they don't see this style that much. Yeah. So they're like, oh my gosh, this is so different than what K-pop stars are wearing nowadays, except for the fact that the boy groups have been wearing this style for a while now.
For a long while, yeah.
So I also think this is a classic case of, if this wasn't 4minute, not many people would care. I really do think, like, if this was a no-name group, that came out with this song, like, aside from it being it would have been a good debut. Like I think not many people would be praising this, and this, and this. I really don't think so.
Yeah.
Like I think the choreography is okay, but it's not particularly amazing. Kind of like weird, like lean back walking, you know, like
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but
Actually,
I just
yeah,
don't think it's that good.
For me, the choreography isn't terrible, and it adds to the song, but it's nothing really like, you know, amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. I guess and I also don't really ever think like who's got great choreography. I don't ever actually think 4minute, which might be my fault. You know, maybe they have amazing choreography. I just never looked, but I don't know. I do think at times, especially in the beginning of the song, there's a lot of that. Like a long time ago, I used to complain about this, where there's a lot of 4minute has a lot of sing talking.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
They kind of got out of it during the Brave Sound kind of 2 years.
Yeah.
But their second album or their second set of like 3 or 4 singles, it was just sing talk after sing talk, and it was.
And
I just didn't like it.
And we're not talking about like how Hyuna like hypes up the song all the time.
But
like,
she's part of the sing talk
but
problem. Sometimes.
Like 4minute songs that are kind of characteristic. They start off with some sort of hype talking, and in somewhere inside the song they'll have like a sing talky part. And this didn't really veer too much from
I think the beginning has an issue with a lot of sing talking that I don't like, but I think the chorus is great, is fine. And even the part where one of the girls kind of has her like poppy solo-y bit, like it's not bad. It's not bad. But and that's 4minute. We talked a lot about it. I do want to mention Cold Rain. Cold Rain was the pre-release song, which is technically the lead single. But I thought that song was boring as fuck.
It was quite bad actually. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was bad per se. Like I didn't want to scratch my ears out.
Yeah.
But I thought like it was such a weird. Like I know. I understand why they released it. They're like, look at the new side of 4minute. We got ballad side. You know, we got this crazy side. But I just didn't. It didn't make me particularly want to be like, I want to download the album. But I'm not an album guy. I know you are.
I am an album
but
guy. And I didn't want to download the album.
That song didn't make you semi-interested. Okay.
Yeah. Like for me, like I feel like nowadays with albums, like people are kind of straying away from kind of what I like to call the Sgt. Pepper's type albums, where the album is like meant to be listened as a whole. Album? Yeah, like the album is meant to be listened to together, you know? I feel like you can listen to one album and you can have a ballad and then you'll have like a hardcore rap.
It's just like a
it's just like a
one
shotgun.
of each. Yeah, like
it's just like a shotgun of each type of music that the group can do. And I'm not really too big a fan of that. Like when I listen to an album, I want to hear like some sort of continuity. Like if it's like a themed album, I want to like have some sort of themed like ness to it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a little weird for me just because I don't think anyone produces albums like that anymore ever. Like, I mean, even in America, like, you know, it's all about singles now, and
you know, I feel so this is a really straight tangent, but I felt during this time, like, I haven't really been listening to much like K-pop music. I've been listening to a lot of English music, and I've come across like a few albums where I'm just like, wow, this is really like well put together album. Good album. Yeah. Like as of late, and I feel,
but the trend recently in the last year or two, from what I gather in America, is going back to the kind of like singing, like we're actually, these are songs for song people, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, when I hear like Sia's really popular, or Sam, what's his name? Sam
Smith. Yeah, Sam Smith. His album was really,
like,
really good.
And even Taylor Swift, like I've heard a lot of great things about her album.
Yeah.
You know, instead of it being just kind of single, you know.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's a long tangent. We got a lot of tangents in that for 4minute.
Sorry about that. But...
Tell us what you think though of Crazy. I mean, I know a lot of people. I maybe we're a little butthurt about like a lot of people still seem to really like Sonamu, and I'm like, this is a way better representation of like that kind of style, I think, than Sonamu does. We were never gigantic fans of that weird whatever they were doing.
Yeah. Like I feel 4minute with this release is very similar to like Sonamu's release, but
what it should have been.
Yeah, but if you look like in detail at this release, you can see that 4 minutes much more polished. Like they have like kind of the facial expressions more down, and just kind of like the way they carry themselves. It feels more natural.
Yeah, I would agree. And the song is much more makes sense with the image.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. Let's move on.
So the next song is a subunit, Infinite H, with Pretty.
Infinite H, of course, the hip hop subunit.
Hip hop.
Hippity hop. You're the one that really wanted to talk about this.
I did.
So why'd you pick it?
So originally when I first listened to this song, I thought it was a little bit kind of over the top. Infinite H, of course, they had a release that I really, really, really liked before. What was it? The one Special Girl is what it's called?
Yeah, the one with Bumkey?
Yeah.
Yeah, Special Girl.
I really liked
Special Girl.
I love that song. That song was amazing. So when I heard this song, I was like, okay, I hope this is going to be like that. Not as great, but this song I feel has the potential to be like a fungus song, where it gets better the more you listen to it. And so I downloaded it, I put it on my playlist, and it's slowly starting to get there. I've been listening to it the past couple days, and it just really gets much better. Like it has something like unique about it that I like. And I really can't put my finger on it, but there's something about it that's just a very special style that I feel Infinite H has that no real other band kind of has. I mean, maybe I'm crazy, and maybe you're just like, Josh, they just sound like everyone else. You're crazy or whatever. And if that's true, then, give me your opinion. But I feel there's something different about this subunit rather than others.
I actually agree with you. But I kind of agree with you, but I also find that not a good thing. Like I did like Special Girl, but at the time I didn't like Special Girl originally. It really was a fungus song. Yeah. It really was for me. I remember Kelvin like enjoying it for like the weird crazy leg dance, like Infinite always has this like emphasis on the leg movements, dance, and I remember specifically I was like, oh man, they moving those legs.
They're moving those legs.
I think the reason, if I were to postulate that this song sounds so different, is because people don't rap like this anymore.
That's true, yeah.
This is like, I mean, Special Girl's not that old. I think it's only 2 years old. But I went back and listened to Special Girl after this, and I was like, people don't make songs like this anymore because it's so serious now. Like, it's all about the we hip hop, right? We high fiving people, as Bobby or whoever the fuck said that. And it's like, this is still like idol hip. This is idol rap, right? Yeah. This is 100% pop rap.
Rap, yeah. This is pop rap. You're right.
And I personally I don't think this song is that great, but I we'll kind of talk about it later a little bit, but like there's just so much of that like we the shit rapping now that I totally understand why people would like this, which is like it's fun. Yeah, it's happy. Fun.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
They don't take themselves too seriously, and the music video is a really good case of that. Yeah. It's a really good representation. It's just them having fun and goofing around, and I think Hoya is a much better actor than the other guy. Yeah. But I just think it's a really fun music video and song. I don't think it's a great song, but if I listen to it more, maybe I will really enjoy it. But it's very colorful, right? It's very like...
They've got good scenes, even if it's like a box set. They've got like,
And their Special Girl music video is also kind of like this. It was very fun and very kind of colorful. Yeah. So Infinite H, I mean, they had 2 singles. One was Special Girl and one was something else. But I can't remember the other one.
The other one was a little bit more...
I did enjoy...
Fly again? Is that Fly?
Maybe. But I will say, I remember one had Zion T in it and one had Bumkey in it. And I do think... this song would have been better if it brought in maybe a little bit of a R&B like
if we had more if we had like not necessarily a singer but like someone to sing the hook. I think it would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
You're right on that part. And I think you're right. This is kind of very idol rappy. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. Maybe I'm just so
you long
sick
for
and
the
tired.
days.
I'm just so sick and tired of like bravado rap And I'm just like, yeah, give me some of that K-pop idol rap.
Yeah, give me some of that fun.
Yeah, give me some of that fun. Not taking ourselves too seriously. You can't really rap, but you're having fun, and you know, that's, to me, like, that's what K-pop, why K-pop was so special. Like, it did have its moments of like, yeah, I'm cool, I'm sexy, and or like, yeah, you know, we're hard and all that. But there are some parts where those same idols would be like super goofy in another music video or on a variety show,
right?
And you felt like kind of, you know,
they had their moments.
Yeah, you could sympathize with them. Like you like, you felt like they were real people, but they were still
let's go a little too far. But
not real people, but you know how people
well-rounded.
You know how people like, the reason why they like gossip and things like that is because they want to know celebrities, you know, are capable of things that like we
human.
do. Yeah, things that we do.
Okay.
Like, what? Taylor Swift eats like Frosted Flakes? I eat Frosted Flakes, you know, like that kind of stuff. And that's what I kind of liked about K-pop. It's like, yeah, they're gonna act all cool like a celebrity would, but then here they are in like a variety show, like doing some stupid water game, you know? Like, that's what I liked about K-pop. Like, and this is kind of...
But I think there's still that, like, you know, Bobby will be on some show, I think, and he'll be all, I'm goofy Bobby and I'm cute.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, I've seen, like, you see GD and like Running Man. It's like, you know, it's very different, of course, than his bro. All right, well, let's move on to the middle section. The middle section, of course, when we thank all the people that listen or watch us or do what we do. So since last episode, we got one new review on iTunes.
Hey, one is better than none.
One is better than none. We're happy with one. So we want to thank Alan Kim 777 for leaving us an iTunes review, and I'm assuming it's a he, says, I started looking around for random YouTube podcasts during some downtime at work, found the year-end special episode, watched the whole thing. These guys are so fun, and you can tell they take their K-pop serial.
I'm not sure about that, but...
keep up the good work, guys. Also, he wrote seriously. I don't know why I said serial.
Thank you.
But no, thank you. And we're happy you saw the year-end special. I hope you don't watch this one and be like, wait a second,
this is not
what I signed up for. Like, because the year-end special is
so high.
I'm sorry. The year-end special is great because it's all positive. You know, that's why I like. Well, for the most part, so sometimes I think people will click on an episode where we talk bad about 4minute, their favorite band of all time, and we don't mean to offend you with our opinions.
Yeah, we're just trying to talk a little bit more critically about it, because honestly, if we just go through each song and we're like, we like it, it's good, this podcast would be like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
And of course, if you want to hear our thoughts on maybe a song we didn't talk about, you can. I would think the best way to get an instant response is on Twitter. Most of the time we respond decently well. So I'm really notoriously really bad sometimes at checking things. I'm
actually very good at that.
Yeah. So Josh is, of course, it's written on the video above us if you're watching on YouTube, but Josh is at TWIK, TWIK Josh, and I'm at TWIK Steven.
Yep.
STEPHEN. Not the damn B. All right, I'm not a heathen. Of course, if you want to know all our releases or why things aren't coming out, you can go to at Thisweekinkpop. That's our general channel. But we want to thank everybody who left a review on iTunes. I mean, we've been firm in like the second place search for a while now because of all these reviews, and we're really, really, really thankful for it. It really helps us out.
Yeah, we really can't say thank you enough, because this podcast mainly gets kind of downloaded and listened to through iTunes.
Yep.
So just being able to come up on that search when people are looking for K-pop podcasts is a really big deal for us. So, really thank you.
Yes. And we want to apologize, of course, for being not really great with the schedule.
Yeah.
I've been really kind of bad about it for the last 3-4 months specifically. But we're trying. I'm trying to get out of my funk because I've been kind of in a funk,
Yep.
So yeah, thank you very much, and let's move on to my favorite song of the last 3-ish weeks.
What is that, Steven?
That is another guy with a guitar.
Chingu with guitar.
He is the Chingu with guitar. He's like releasing so many songs. Like I just don't understand.
It's madness.
Like and that is Eddy Kim with his song "Apologize" or "Apologize."
Why'd you have to say it so weird like he does?
I know. so just to get out of the way, he pronounces "apologize" really.
It's really terrible.
It's like it's a really just to match with the song, you know. But he pronounces like "apologize." But I don't care. I really like this song. It's a very like pop Chingu with a guitar. It's got a good backing, like bass dung 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 that I just love. It's kind of like, you know, a ballad with a beat.
Yeah.
But he's got such a good voice. He's got such a good like manipulate, like the way he manipulates his voice sometimes. It just makes me so happy. It's very simple, but there's just parts in this song where I'm just like, I could listen to this on repeat, like, and just be totally fine with myself.
Yeah, and that's really big for Steven because Steven doesn't really like ballads.
Yeah, I don't actually normally like songs like this, but I just don't know what it is. I think the kind of chords he hits are probably the same 4 chords in all the hit songs, you know, but possibly, I don't care. Like it's so great to me. Like McKay and McKay and Jeff. I think that's why I said McKay and Jay, because it just somehow
sounds a little bit better.
Makes sense more in my head. But McKay and Jeff Bernat song, because see, it's like McKay, Jeff Bernat. I want to say Jay Bernat. Okay.
What was you saying?
The reason I like this song more than that is because this one's more upbeat, and this one's more like, I think he plays with his voice much more than McKay and Jeff Bernat does.
There's a little bit more like highs and lows, right?
Yeah, and just the way he kind of puts a little stank sometimes on his voice, I really really enjoy. And I mean, the music video is a little artsy, a little artsy fartsy, but you know, he's not winning a Pulitzer Prize for it, you know.
Yeah.
But neither is, you know, Jay McKay.
Or whatever. And Michael Bublé.
Yeah. But Eddy Kim really, he came out with like the manual, you know, like last year, and like I swear to God, he's released like 7 music videos since then. Like he's released a lot. I think a lot of it we kind of enjoy. Like it's not bad, but I think this song really, really, really give it a chance. Eddy, apologize.
Yeah, I do have to say this is the type of Eddy Kim song that I like. I was a really, really big advocate of Eddy Kim's debut album, Manual.
Right?
Yeah, I think I talked about it in the end of your special as well. But this song is I agree with almost everything you said, Steven. It's good. It's a ballad, but with a beat. He's got a really good singing, like vocal style. I really like that as well. And you can tell the thing I really, really, really like about Eddy Kim is that when he plays the guitar, it's not just, I mean, even if it's simple, he will add something complicated to it. You know, like if you want to like cover this song, you have to do a little bit of work.
He's got to put a little doobity-doo.
Yeah, he puts like some riffs in there or some like, you know, weird like strumming style that you just can't copy right off the bat unless you're like, you know, a really great guitarist. And you can tell Eddy Kim, he knows how to play the guitar. And I really, really like that. So this song is also really, really good for me. But there's something about it. I guess it's not as catchy for me. I don't know what it is. But I don't know. Maybe I just have to give it to more listens and it'll grow on me more. But not at the level of his other releases, you know, that I liked. So.
I think this one's one of his most kind of straightforward poppy ones, you know, like he also has very straightforward ballad ones, and he also has kind of the weirder, like more interesting ones too. But I think this one's straight up kind of just like, bam, this is what you get. I like it. Give it to me.
Pop.
Give it to me, Eddy Kim. All right, well, let's move on to the next song.
All right, so our next song is Hanhae from Phantom featuring D.meanor with Man of the Year.
First, I do want to say, what are your thoughts on the dude's name, D.meanor?
D.meanor?
Spelled D dot
period
MEANOR. D.meanor.
That feels so like 90s hip hop. Like
Run DMC. Like it for me it sounds like an AIM screen name that someone made when they were in
or like
middle
someone's
school.
like gaming ID, you know?
Yeah, like I'm gonna be D.meanor, but I'm gonna spell it differently and make it cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I thought of when I heard this song. But why'd you pick a Hanhae song? Or not pick it as it, but you're the one who.
So I wanted to talk about this song more than Steven. And I just really, really like this song. I've always been a fan of like Hanhae.
Hanhae.
And his rapping since like Phantom days.
Yeah, he's in Phantom.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, he's got the sexiest man in the world in that band.
And I don't really know what it is about this song, but it's kind of like everything I kind of hate about Korean hip hop. When I watched the video, but when I just listened to the song, I'm like, this is a good hook. Is a good flow, and that's why I like the song. So I'm just really, 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 really trying not to focus on the video, which is just a bunch of hot garbage.
Are you telling me you don't think that main girl's cute as a button?
Sure, I guess, but
like
I'm not gonna give you 4 minutes of my time for a girl who's just cute. Like, I'm sorry, no. Now
it's very shallow of me, but like the whole time I'm just like I just want it to still on her face because her face, her like eyes and her mouth are so tiny, like compared to the rest of her face. It's just so interesting to me. It's like they shrunk. It's like someone drew a cartoon and it came to life and like such an exaggerated facial set. Anyways, I actually like this song a lot. I also don't know why exactly I like it. I really think it's because like I really do like kind of it's not the exact same style, but this music video reminds me of an Electro Boy song, where it's just like very this kind of hip hop where it was just two dudes in the front and like a party going in the back. Yeah. Girls are drinking. They're dressed like kind of very American-y, like kind of like. Yeah, we kind of think we're ghetto, but we ain't, you know. There's a little bit in there. But I really do think it's just that we don't hear this kind of K-pop or hip-hop anymore. We hear the, like, we the shit K-pop that
I feel
is like in your face. But the song I don't think is. The music video is. But the song is not like we'll talk about later, but like Mad Clown, it's not you know, it's not like, man, listen to our flow. It's just like we're just kind of having fun, and we're just kind of like, like man of the year. Like it's still shallow. It's still very like we the shit in their way, but I think it's more of a fun we the shit way, not a super serious we the shit way. Like nothing about this screams we're serious in this to me.
It's like, we're having fun.
Like
we're rich.
We're rich. We drinking. We good looking, except not really.
Yeah, not too good looking, these guys.
Yeah. I mean, I know I can't judge that much, but I think Hanhae's not
Hanhae's not a bad looking dude.
But
the other
dude, like his haircut is
not
fucking.
A good looking chick,
he needs a different haircut.
He can brush my shoes.
He needs my like Ajashi haircut, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I really did think this was a very fun song, and I'm definitely going to download this song just because I really enjoy songs like this. Actually, I think the chorus is a saving grace though.
Yeah, the chorus is really, really good.
No, and when I first heard the song, I really just want to turn it off in the first minute. I really did.
As did I.
And then but usually it's like we gotta wait for the chorus.
Yeah.
And even when the chorus came on, I was like, I don't know. But the second time the chorus came on, and I was just like, all right.
Yeah, the first time the chorus came on, I was like, I'll give this song a little bit more of a listen. Yeah, and then when the second part, I was like, okay, let's give this song another listen, kind of deal.
And honestly, like I can't lie to myself. I really did stick around also to see the girl's face. Like I just her face is so interesting to me.
Really?
I don't want to say it's like beautiful or anything. It's just so interesting to me. It's like it really is like someone drew a drawing, but the facial features are too small. Like kind of Japanese anime-y, and then like she's a real thing, and it's like it's weird to me. It's like everything's like too close together in the middle, but no.
See, for me, like just growing up growing up in California where there's a lot of like Korean Americans, like she looks very Korean American to me. Like all these guys and all these girls in this music video, they remind me of like the Koreans that I grew up with. Like
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I would get like I accidentally watched K-Town once in my life.
Oh yeah.
Because one of my ex-girlfriends like really liked that show, and I was like, we gonna break up now. But like
we gonna break up now.
And that kind of reminds me of like that kind of party, right?
Yeah.
Where it's just like it's like, man,
Yeah, that like reminds me of K-Town, like to the T.
All right, well maybe I should go there because that girl was cute though. I mean, you know, I'll take that.
Yeah, be careful, goes like that though.
No, she would definitely like shove some up your dick, but like sometimes it's worth. Sometimes
I thought that didn't go the way I was expecting.
I did a left turn. All right, well, speaking of left turns, let's go to the last song we're talking about in our main section.
Yep. Which
is a very it's not a left turn. It's more like a U-turn.
Yeah.
To the days of the past.
Yeah.
And that is the new group Gfriend with their song Glass Bead. Now, you know,
Gfriend or girlfriend, because
is that what that means? Girlfriend?
Wow, Steven.
I thought it meant like
you dumb.
we can be G's friend.
Wow, Steven, terrible.
Okay, I'm not that dumb, man.
Terrible.
I'm not that dumb.
Terrible, Steven.
But I do want to say to know a little bit about me in my thought process. There is not once in my life where I hear the name Glass Bead and I don't think a dildo.
You know what? I thought of. Maybe I'm with you on that because I thought of something sexual when I heard Glass Bead as well.
Like an anal bead. Like
an anal bead. Like,
not like I've never used it. Like there's nothing wrong with it. I just can't hear the words glass bead together and not think a sexual instrument.
Maybe we're perverts or something, but
probably.
Yeah, maybe we're perverts.
And it's so weird to me because I think that, and then you watch this video and it's like it just doesn't match. But I think I'll go first for this.
Go first, Steven.
Of course, the Gfriend getting a lot of hate, relative hate, because many people they're copying Into the New World, Girls' Generation, and while I don't necessarily think they're copying, especially since that is fucking forever ago.
Yeah.
I do think
8 years ago.
It's very heavily inspired by that era, and it actually like a good comparison would be I think Lovelyz, because Lovelyz came out and they're a really cute group,
or Laboom,
or less Laboom,
more Lovelyz.
I would say Lovelyz, but Laboom actually like I don't remember that much about. I actually do listen to Lovelyz. I think you make fun of me all the time, but like I listen to Candy Jelly Love all the time.
Oh,
it's on my playlist when I play video games, and also the other Lovelyz song, which I don't even know the name of. It's in Korean. But anyways, Lovelyz is like kind of like cutesy, but this generation's cutesy. This is the last generation's cutesy, and it's so weird to me. Like it's not that they're not pretty. It's not that. Like it's weird to see them so plain. And I actually like that.
Yeah,
I like that they're not wearing crazy amounts of makeup. They have very normal haircuts that I would see on actual students or high school girls.
Yeah.
Like they obviously don't they could be high school students. I don't know.
Yeah, and this is kind of like the throwback for that, right? Like like, you know, you see them in like a school setting, and, you know, a lot of there's a niche for this, right? Yeah, there's definitely a niche for this. Like when you think about one, like middle school students, like this obviously will appeal to them for one, and two, for like those guys who are kind of like our age, I guess, who grow and, you know, who've grown up in Korea, who've gone through the Korean school system, and they look at this and they're like, yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, like when the teacher turns his head, we put our hands down. Yeah,
which it totally happens.
It does all the time. Like I turn my head and I'm like that.
Yeah,
those kids, man.
It's usually not 9 really cute girls though. It's usually 8 douchebag boys.
Yeah,
but like I think this is an episode where we're like, this is something we don't see anymore.
Yeah.
It's really cute. It's not super sexualized. It's not just
quite
lots
sexualized, though. In
really.
some ways.
I didn't
Like
really
those
think.
skirts are way too short.
I mean, okay, maybe they're not like school regulation, but like I don't think they're doing any particularly like.
Except for the high kick.
Like I've seen, like when my students dance AOA, it's like you're doing way more shit than I want to see you. I want to see your like 7th grade girl do. Like okay, maybe it's sexual. I just think it's so. I enjoyed watching this, and I thought the song was a very, very throwback song. Like when I think of it as a throwback. I thoroughly enjoyed it. If I think of it as like brand new music, you know, not Sonny brand new music, but just brand new music, like I'm just a little like meh. Like this obviously will not continue, right?
Yeah. Like where do they go from
where
here?
do they go? Like, you know, like obviously in 4 years we're gonna see, you know, Girlfriend, and that's when they bust out the sexy mood, you know, whatever. But like as a throwback song and as a throwback music video, I think it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, like when you think about it, like it's really unfair to them to kind of debut with this song, I guess, because one, when you debut with a song like this, you get compared to the past automatically,
Right.
And two, where do you go from here as your sophomore kind of track? You know, like
But the thing is, like
you don't really can't. You're gonna copy this again.
I would be
people are
fine.
gonna be like, all right, you're a
I would be fine with that, honestly, because we have so many groups singing the current gen of blah, blah, blah. Like this. But the thing is, Into the New World, I didn't like that song when I first heard it. It was just like Girls' Generation came out, and I was like, these girls, like, they're not even.
Everybody felt that way.
They're not even that pretty, and everyone felt that. Even in Korea, they weren't a gigantic hit. Immediately, they really weren't.
They actually had a lot of antis, kind of like Gfriend does.
Kind of like Gfriend does now. Well, that's good to hear. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, because like at that time, like, you know, SNSD, they're like, oh, it's just like a new Finkel or whatever, right?
Well, probably.
Yeah.
Well, probably.
Yeah.
Finkel. What an awful name. Anyways, but like I actually miss choreography like this. It's so like. It's so much movement, and it's very clear, and like even great choreography that's catchy, like AOA, for example. Like it's but when I watch choreography like this, I think back to like, damn, these girls are fucking moving.
Yeah,
like I actually really like this.
They gonna be sweating after like kind of feel, you know?
like old Girls' Generation choreography would be like. I really do miss that. And it's not like 18 cuts every fucking 5 seconds, and like I can actually see these girls like do the thing, and I don't know.
I'm kind of with you on that, Steven. I kind of know where you're coming from, because I do miss that old kind of K-pop style dancing where, you know, and don't think we're perverts on this, but we mean like the kind that will get you sweating, you know, like when you're like covering the K-pop dance like I was, like, oh, this is hard kind of deal, right? It's not technically hard, but you're doing a lot of movements. You know, you have like a catchy point to the dance.
To be fair, I would be panting for everything.
Yeah, but that's the kind of stuff that drew me to K-pop initially, like catchy dances, like especially with Girls' Generation. Like, not all the Girls' Generation songs are very catchy, like, to be honest, but a lot of the time, like, the dance will kind of, you know, kind of carry them through.
Not recently, but...
Not recently, but because they're kind of older, you don't dance anymore.
I mean, they totally can. I do think that this is a prime example of just nonsensical K-pop fans being picky with what they hate.
Quite
like
picky.
they're like they're copying. I'm like, fucking every group is a copy of every group now, man. Like,
if you're not first generation, then you're not
like
original.
We just talked about 4minute and how their image is copied from 17 guy groups that we've seen in the last year.
So the little copy.
Yeah, sort of copy. But people are like, oh man, this is a brand new direction because I like this group, but you know, Gfriend's like, I don't know about it.
I don't know about that.
Seriously, the glass bead. Every time I say it,
name.
it's just
maybe it has some meaning in Korean, but terrible name.
It probably does.
Yeah.
I would hope. I hope they're. It's not like. What if like the whole lyrics are like super sexual and it's about like sex and we just don't know.
That would be a 180 there.
Yeah, I think that'd be actually pretty funny. If like UJ Suck or whatever made this like dirty fucking song, but like. Or Sunny. Actually, I don't know why I say UJ Suck. Like Sunny, that makes more sense. Like Sunny makes
body
language, but it's like super cute like this.
Oh god,
I think that'd be fucking hilarious.
Oh god,
that'd be hilarious. Anyways, Gfriend.
Glass Bead.
Yeah.
Let's go to lightning round.
Let's go to the lightning rounds. Lightning round is when we talk about songs. Usually, just a couple things to say.
Shap.
Sometimes good things, sometimes bad things. Something that didn't warrant a full section on.
Okay.
So let's start with lightning round is G.Soul with his song You. Now G.Soul, of course, very famous, quote unquote, because he was a JYP trainee for like
long time,
18 million years.
Long time, yeah.
So he finally debuted his debut song. I thought it would be Josh's pick of the week, really. But recently I keep saying that and it's never true. So, what did you think about his song?
So this song was good. It's definitely my style. But I guess it's kind of like a reverse mushroom song, like a reverse fungus song.
It got worse.
It didn't necessarily get worse, but I got tired of listening to it. So this song like came out maybe 2 weeks ago.
It was one of the earlier ones, yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, and I gave it a lot of listens then, and I'm just kind of done listening to it now, and that's kind of what it is. So. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
I mean, I thought his voice, his range, like the way he sings is very great.
Yeah,
very amazing.
Very good.
Technically, like it's crazy to me how he can hit the notes that he hits and kind of go up and down like he does. But that doesn't necessarily mean I want to hear him do it. Like I honestly think his voice is just too high sometimes. Like, for this to be a catchy song or this to be a catchy part, I just thought, personally, his voice just didn't match well with that part.
Yeah, like, Steven and I, we complain a lot about songs not having, like, enough up and down or a lot of, like, movement in the song. But I feel like this song went a little bit too far in that. Like, a lot of the times where I like a falsetto-y, kind of really airy song, it's just falsetto and just air and just kind of that range. That's why I like that kind of song. But this one is kind of like a little bit too all over the place. When I first gave it a listen, I was like, oh yeah, this is dynamic, this is something. But afterwards I'm like, oh, I wish this part would just hurry up and get to the part I'd like. And that is just not what you want to hear out of a song.
But I know a lot of people really like the song, and I think again, it's because it's very different than what you normally would hear in Korea.
It is quite different, yeah.
But I think, personally, just as a general song, it's just kind of it's interesting to listen to the first couple times. But I'm definitely wouldn't be listening to this, I think if he would be great if he featured with somebody.
Yeah,
being as a feature.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, his voice is fantastic.
Yeah.
He can do a lot of different things with his voice, but this song just. It's like if you have like a Lamborghini type of car and you just
don't want to rev it the whole time.
You just don't want to. Yeah, you just don't want to be going. Yeah, you don't want to be burning out at every light, kind of deal. You know.
Like sometimes, like I think not voice wise, they're not similar at all. But like sometimes I like Ailey as a featured artist more than I like Ailey solo because.
Sometimes her voice is a little bit too much, and this is kind of a time where it's like her voice is
he's doing a little too much, whatever it is that he does. All right, next lightning song.
So our next lightning round song is Wassup, Wassup, Wassup with Stupid Liar.
Stupid liar.
Stupid liar.
Stupid liar.
Stupid liar.
So what's up with What's Up?
Yeah, so What's Up, props to What's Up, because What's Up, when they debuted, they're like, yeah, we're gonna be this like sexy twerking hip hop group.
Twerking though, we're gonna be dark as fuck and like.
and then now it's kind of coming full circle. It's their time. Like, what's up? But they're not popular yet, and that's kind of sad.
It's weird. Like looking back, like some of their like view counts for the music videos, like it's pretty big.
Yeah, quite high.
But like I never hear those songs like on the street. I think actually a lot of my students know who they are.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Which is strange to me.
They're that twerking group is what.
Yeah, but like I actually didn't really like many of their songs, many of their singles.
Yeah.
But I actually could really like this song.
Yeah,
I really
like,
do.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I feel like this song is like one of those songs that you don't really like it, but it like sneaks up on you.
But here's the thing. You know, we talked a lot about how a lot of K-pop songs are using more and more westernized beats and westernized songs.
Yes.
I think this song is the closest to a current American song.
I was thinking just that.
Like, it sounds exactly like a DJ Mustard song.
Yeah.
It even has the yeah part that DJ Mustard puts in his songs. Like, this sounds like 7 songs I just heard last year, you know. And like, I think one of the common ones, like, it's like Tunisia something.
Yeah.
But like, this beat is an American beat, and I actually really liked it. I don't know. The pronunciation of Stupid Liar is a little weird because the chorus, it like repeats like Stupid Liar, and it's just kind of like, nah.
You know, when you say like a phrase or a word too much, it just kind of loses feeling.
Yeah.
Just like stupid liar.
Yeah.
Stupid liar.
It's like their mouths get kind of like jelly. You know? It's like Stupid Liar, but the music video is like shot. It costs like $7 to shoot that music video.
Shot with an iPhone 4.
Still better than Wiggle Wiggle though. Still better than Wiggle Wiggle.
Still better than Wiggle Wiggle.
Sadly. But
and Nari, so fine, Nari.
Yeah, you really do like.
She is so attractive. Oh my goodness.
But I actually don't think they did a really good job of showcasing
highlighting. No, they did not.
Her face.
They did not. She's quite an attractive girl. Wow.
But I think, you know, if you heard it, this song is also very different than a lot of their most recent songs. So like, if you heard Wassup, you're like, fucking hate that group. I don't give a shit. Maybe just give this one song a chance. But if you're thinking back, I don't like any of those stupid rap songs back in America, you know, where it's just hey, you know, if you don't like that, you're probably not gonna like this. I'm not gonna like this. But you know, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Hey.
I remember on Reddit there was like, it was really funny that like there was just some guy who was like, oh my god, I'm driving right now. I just heard 4 songs in a row, and every song had a guy go, hey, in the back. He's like, he thought he like cracked some code. And everybody in the comments was like, they're all written by the same. It's all produced by the same guy. Yeah. It's all produced by the same guy. And I was like, I never knew that. But that happens all the time in Korea, right? It's like that's a fucking Brave Sound song.
There's not a lot
that's
of
a fucking this
song,
you know. It's like once you're hot, everybody wants you, and then all of a sudden you have 7 songs out at the same time that all sound the same.
Everybody gets sick and tired of you, you know?
And then all of a sudden everybody hates you, like Brave Sound.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand the hate for that.
Poor Brave Sound.
All right, that was a long time. Moving on to the next lightning round is a duo. A duo of a man named One and a boy named Punch, or it could be the opposite way. I actually don't know.
But they're pretty much both boys.
Yeah, well, one's a boy, but one's like 13 years old
or
12 years old or something. But anyways, they're called One Punch, and the song is "Turn Me Back." And I don't know if this is their normal concept or if this is a one-off. I don't know, but
oh man, talking about throwback.
Yeah, this is the entire point of it was a throwback to old like Sotaeji and the boys, like really, really old. Like these boys weren't alive; they weren't even sperm at the time, right? Like a long time ago. I wasn't even probably. I was probably like 2 years old, like when this this throwback
way back to the beginning of time, you know.
But I just thought it was just fun to see. It was just fun to see.
Yeah, it had a lot of colors. It had like fun dancing. Like
it had a black guy in it who was probably like, "What the fuck?"
But it was really just. If you don't take it too seriously, right? Yeah. You just can't take it too seriously.
It's not a great song. Yeah, like it's really like listening to a song from 30 years ago, and you're like, people like that shit. Like really?
It's just.
But it's just so interesting.
So interesting. It's just so. I think Steven and I are at the point in K-pop where we're just like, when something is different, we're like, hey.
Yeah, like hey, that's interesting. May not be great, but it's interesting.
Right.
But I think it's very interesting that. You know, people are, you know, Bill like Brave songs all sound the same. And his girl songs do sound very similar. But his guy songs, they're so different. Like, you don't know. You just don't know. I actually don't. I know this is a joint venture between his company and another company. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming he wrote this song. I actually have no idea.
So, yes.
I actually have no idea.
I think so, yes.
But, you know, just One Punch, just look it up. Like, one of the boys is like 13,
Mm-hmm.
and it's crazy. He looks like a very young. I mean, I think he's half Asian, half Mexican. I think is what I
Maybe.
read.
Yeah.
But he kind of reminds me of like doe-eyed Jaden Smith.
Yeah, he's a cute ass
like
kid.
he's just like he was raised to do this kind of
yeah,
like
he's a
thing.
cute ass kid.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say that now.
and it's just so throwback. It's very
Yeah.
interesting. Check it out.
Just check it out.
It has a
yeah.
lot of views though, like 1 million. So
Just check it out. Yeah.
check it out and be. I just want to. Where do they go? Where do they go next?
Where
What
do
are they
go
going
from
to
here?
do?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, anyways, our next song is by TAHITI with Phone Number.
Phone number.
Phone Number.
Now Tahiti, one of those, if I remember correctly, one of those like roster change every other song.
Yep.
We're just trying to do what we can to get noticed.
To get by.
And
Trying
their
to,
last
like,
song,
exit.
their last song I actually listened to a lot, but that was only because their last song was literally Ali and AJ breakup song. They just, I think, bought the rights to it and sang it in Korean.
Is that so?
Yeah, which is an amazing song. Like, it really was like, oh man, I remember this song back in fucking like high school or whatever. And like, you don't know what song I'm talking about,
I
do you?
don't.
Maybe I'll show it to you after the song. But Ali and AJ, I think they're
Yeah,
like
I've heard of them before, but-
Disney people.
Yeah.
Whatever. They just took a song from that and they just re-sang it. So I was like, I love this song, but mostly because I like that Ali and AJ song. This song, on the other hand,
what is this song?
I actually didn't think the song itself was that bad.
No,
I
there's
personally
just
didn't.
It's not a terrible song.
It wasn't a good song.
It wasn't a good song.
And I think the music video, this music video 100% signifies just how good Digipedi is. Because this was like somebody trying to Digipedi music video. And when I say that, the comparison everyone's making is they're trying to be an EXID.
Yeah.
But that's not an EXID thing. That's a Digipedi thing.
Yeah.
But it just didn't go well.
It was like,
It just didn't go
the reason why I wanted to talk about this song is because I just want to note how quickly like copycats will come out when something
Something's
breaks
big.
the norm. Well, not really breaks the norm, but something catches fire, and they're like, "Oh, quick! We have to jump on that trend." Like, this is like the epitome of everything trending, like AOA, Exit, like everything you could think.
It's like they tried to take the aesthetics of EXID mixed with the sexy raunchiness of like the desperate stellar, desperate for ladies kind of thing.
But not that far, but far enough.
Dude, they were fucking rubbing their vaginas.
They were.
They were straight up rubbing their vaginas.
They were rubbing their vaginas. It was true. I saw it.
And and then you think back, I guess the dick pendulum in EXID is not that bad.
Yeah.
But
they were literally rubbing their vaginas.
they were rubbing it.
Watch the video.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I agree. It's very me too, like
Yeah, me too. Let's do that
let's
too.
do that. And it sucks, it's not their fault, right? It's just they need to do what they need to do to get noticed.
Yeah.
And as weird as it does work for some people, right? Like
It does.
People
It does.
I really did want to make, before I got completely lazy, I really did want to make a video of like EXID success is great and they deserve it. But their success only happened because the girl was cute. That is it.
Kind of, yeah.
Like
People were like, "Honey fan cam? Oh, she's doing some nasty. Oh, look at her. Oh, look at her facial expression."
Yeah.
And then fire.
like it's like that song came out and it just didn't do anything, and we love that song.
Yeah.
But
the reason we love that song is because we actually saw them
Yeah.
at a music
it's
show.
a music show. And the song is just great. Like, of course the song is great and that helps, but like it just, people are like, EXID is amazing, and it's like, but most people only notice them because she was hot, and that kind of epitomizes what's wrong in K-pop, and also why groups like this try it. It's like, if maybe if we're hot and we can get attention, someone will notice us, and it's like, but it keeps working.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at like, even guy groups as well. Like, why do you think they have like 12-member guy groups? Is because they're trying to have like one of those guys catch
Maybe
fire.
you'll notice, maybe he'll be on a reality show.
Yeah,
or
maybe
a variety
he's gonna
show.
get really, really popular. Like maybe like Zaya or something, or Infinite. Actually, Infinite was already kind of popular, but Infinite is like the epitome of what I think like a whole bunch of singles being put together as like a multiple, you know, like each one of them is popular for a different reason besides the group.
You know, Zaya, I don't know a single song by Zaya. I never gave a shit about Zaya.
Neither do I.
But recently, it really surprised me how many people that I know from Zaya, because they're in other things. And I'm like, oh, that guy's in that reality show. That guy's in this drama. This guy's in this. I'm like, I didn't know that they were all from Zaya. And I'm like, holy shit, I actually know more members of Zaya than I know of most guy groups. Like, that's crazy to me. But, I mean, recently, like, it really is, like, the easiest way to get noticed as a new group is have one member be in something. Yeah. Nothing to do with music talent, nothing to do with dancing talent, just like be on a variety show.
Just likability.
Be on a variety show, yeah. More drama. Speaking of which, you know, we don't do news, but like Tiny G, I think just the other day was like, we're going on definite hiatus because Dohee is like, fuck that shit. Like, yeah, I'm famous now. Yeah. I don't need to do the grind of this shit. Like, I'm famous now. Fuck this. And that's kind of sad to hear, but
then you look at groups like, I don't know, Miss A.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't. Do they sing? Do they sing still? They do like one song and they're like, we out. Yeah. All right, we're almost done. All right. The next song is it's a lot of people. It's from No.Mercy, the reality show or audition show from Starship Entertainment, but it has Mad Clown, Giriboy, Jooyoung, and a whole bunch of people on the show. And the song's called Zero, in parentheses, Young.
It's Young. That's what they say, zero sometimes.
Oh. Yeah. But they're trying to mean like we're young?
No.
They're not at all?
Yeah, they mean zero.
Oh.
Young is what they call...
Oh, I thought they were making some clever wordplay of like we're young, so we're zero.
Maybe, I don't know.
Doesn't matter to me.
Flew over my head.
Doesn't matter to me. But I mean, originally I wanted to talk about this song because this really does show the change in the level of rapping in the last 2 years, right?
Very true,
like going from Infinite H idol rapping to this kind of rapping, like the new age,
take turns,
the
really
Bobbies
rap,
and the Zikos and the whatever. It's like Rap Monsters, the BTS people. Like these are people that they're not like they're fucking not M&Ms. They know. I'm not going that far, but they have the bravado part of it down also. Yeah. And so I was kind of impressed by some of their rapping skills. Yeah. But then near the end, I was just like, but now everybody's like this, and it's boring.
It is quite boring.
Like whenever I hear Mad Clown rap now, I'm just like, it's just boring. Like I'm tired of this. Like, give me a good, give me a good hook. You know,
like I feel nowadays in hip hop, or Korean hip hop, I should say, a hook is so much more important now. Like, a song really, really needs to be catchy.
Like American hip-hop. I mean, like, there was a time that we're kind of getting where Lil Wayne was hot and Drake was hot. And they were hot because they were clever in their lyrics and it was funny. And then slowly that went away and it became more about the hook and more about the beat. And now, you don't even need words. You just need to say, turn down for what?
And I'm in love with the cool.
Now it's gone into this era of joke hip hop songs.
Yeah, this is hilarious.
There's that other song too where it's like, what is that song called? Where I don't even know what the fuck they're saying because they're slurring their words so hard. You don't know what I'm talking about.
I think I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what song you're talking about.
It's not funny. Like I'm in love with the Coco is funny at least.
That's hilarious.
Although if they meant it to be funny, I don't know. But anyways, or like a lesser extent JJ Icefish or Ice JJ Fish, whatever his name is. Doesn't matter. All that matters is I'm getting a little sick of it. I'm getting a little sick of this kind of rap.
Yeah, Bobby was great, and now everybody's doing Bobby. Or
I don't think everyone's doing Bobby.
We shouldn't really even say that. Actually, yeah, you're right. But like, Bobby was kind of like the cutoff. Like when Bobby came out, he was doing it. That was when I was like, okay, I could still get on board with this. And then after that, everybody's kind of doing this now, and I'm just like, okay, enough. Yeah. Enough is enough.
Yeah, like Tahiti, he was like the tipping point, and then everybody just started like, oh man, look how popular Bobby is, you know? Like, or look how popular BTS is getting, right? Like, we got to do this ourselves. And Starship was like, we got to do this ourselves.
We need some more rappers besides Mad Clown.
Yeah. And I don't know. But we were impressed with, what was the one with Sunny and Hyoden? Coach Me, right? Like,
oh yeah, that was pretty good.
Like, that was good. And I still listen to that song. And I still think it's an okay song. But, like, it's just like, more, it just keeps happening. And it's just like, oh, okay, stop it.
It just keeps happening. It's
Pump
like
the brakes a little.
It's like K-pop is cyclical or something.
I know.
Cyclical.
But you know what? Nobody ever tried to copy oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Everything I want to say C-Cloud, but that's not fucking correct. What's the Crayon Pop? Crayon Pop is the name. I was gonna like, who sings the Crayon Pop song? I almost said that.
Well done.
I only slept for like 3 hours yesterday. Nobody really tried to copy Crayon Pop. Nobody actually really tried to copy Psy, now that I think about it.
You're right, yeah.
But everything else that got remotely famous, everybody copied.
Yeah.
All right, last thing. One last thing. We're going to end on a...
I don't know how we're talking about this. I didn't want to talk about it. Steven
I
wanted
want
to talk about
this.
A.KOR, if always.
Yeah, you think it's a hot pile of garbage.
I thought it was a hot pile of garbage.
Yeah. I actually think the song's kind of cool. Like, I actually think this song is like I think Girls' Day could sing this song and everyone would fucking love it.
Yeah, they could, yeah.
Like it I think it has a really like A.KOR this is of course a left turn or right turn for them.
Yeah.
Like they started as we
hip-hop baby.
We hip-hop baby.
Yeah.
And of course nobody at the time gave a shit about this.
And
now they're like Sonamu. No, now they're like, oh my god, Sonamu is hip hop, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. There's been these hip hop groups for a while now. They're not popular. No one gave a shit.
Yep.
But so they changed, right?
Yep.
And while I think the change itself, of course, is a little like jarring, and of course a lot of people still hate A.KOR for what the one girl said about.
Oh, is that
21?
Them?
Yeah.
Is that the group? Oh.
Yeah. For saying the things about their beloved plastic doll.
Yeah.
That is, what does she do? She like, I know a lot of people give the girl shit for dissing Park Bom, but like Park Bom still is not promoting anything because of that drug scandal.
Yeah.
So like, obviously it's something. You know what I mean? Like, I actually don't understand why people are okay with Bobby diss tracks and Rap Monster diss tracks, but they're like, oh, but this girl can diss Park Bom. That's fucking too far. Like, I don't understand that.
Is it because like Bobby is popular? Is that why he can?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, sorry. I understand why people think it's okay. Yeah. I think it's wrong. Like, I think it's because they like Bobby, and most of them are girl fans, and of course they're. And also it's kind of sexist. It's like guys can do that, right? Like guys can do that, but like a girl rapper can't do that.
Then you're fucking rude.
And of course, Park Bom is not a rapper, so maybe they think
it's just an attack.
If it's between rappers, it's fun and it's like, But yeah, if one girl's not a rapper, it's like, that's an attack on her. It's attack on her personality or character, and it's like, I just understand. But I really do think this song, I really do think if Girls' Day sang it or something you really would think it's okay. I don't give you that. I don't know why you think it's a hot pile of garbage.
So the song,
I've heard way worse.
The song itself isn't terrible. The singing and every vocals wise is horrendous.
Really? I thought the singing was. I thought they actually hit some notes and stuff.
You know what?
I think Tahiti's song has worse.
Play this song again after we're done. Okay. And we'll see if I change my mind.
Just don't look.
I probably won't.
You probably won't.
But I'll give it another chance for you, Steven.
All right. I'm trying to think like of girl groups we talked about today, right? Crazy, Glass Bead, Wassup, Stupid Liar, Tahiti phone number, A.KOR always.
I don't like any of them.
I would listen to A.KOR always, second to Stupid Liar, and probably third would be Glass Bead. Like, no. Yeah, I would listen to A.KOR always before I would listen to 4minute Crazy.
I would only listen to Stupid Liar, and that's about it.
Remember when you first started this podcast and you liked everything?
I remember those days.
And then I was concerned because you liked everything and you said everything was great. I don't think that anymore. somehow I turned into the guy that likes more
now
than you.
Steven is the person who's cutting things more slack.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it's also cyclical, you know? I think it's
cyclical.
also like sometimes you get tired of K-pop.
Yeah.
And I kind of hit a point where I was tired with it. And then, but now I think I've hit the point where it's like, give me something different. And if it's different, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Well, also, I think it's just the style of Korean, like K-pop now, is a little bit more your style. Like, this kind of styles I like aren't as popular right now.
Really? I would have guessed this the other way. I thought you're more of the hip-hop guy and I'm more of the...
See, but this is like not my kind of hip-hop, you know? I like the more kind of like 90s, like...
The One Punch.
Sex you up.
The One Punch.
Like One Punch,
No.
maybe? No,
that's totally wrong.
But I'm talking like McKay and Jeff Bernat kind of songs.
I mean, he doesn't... It's called Angel to me. It's not called Fuck Me, you know?
What was that one song? Hanhae? He was like, focus on me, and I thought he was saying fuck. I thought he was saying fuck me.
Fuck me?
Like, I thought he was saying fuck on me, and I was like, that's terrible English for one. And two, what?
I do want to download this Hanhae song again. I don't know
What?
All right, well, that's it, I think, for episode 63. A much
That
shorter
is-
episode than in recent memories.
Still pretty long, though.
That's what she said. But, of course, we want to thank everybody for watching us on YouTube and or listening to us on iTunes. We will be back in 1.5 weeks. Today is Tuesday. So we're going to upload it to YouTube right now, where I will edit it and put it on iTunes hopefully tomorrow, Wednesday, but it could be Thursday because I really did only sleep like 3 hours yesterday. So
Chick was tired.
I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I may just fucking fall asleep in my chair like I do all the time. But support us if you can, you know, either follow us on Twitter.
Talk to us.
Leave us a comment, of course, on YouTube, as many of you guys do. And of course, tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
And if you have no friends, that's what we're here for, I guess.
Yeah, we'll be your chingu's chingu.
Yeah. So until next time.
Bye.
Last bead.